Hi, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be having Turkish food for the very first time to celebrate us hitting 6K. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and liking. It really means a lot to me. Also, if there's anything you want to see me trying or eating, please leave it in the comments down below. I am going in chronological order as best as I can. So thank you so much for this recommendation. I've never had Turkish food before. I got the Iskender kebab. It's exactly what you suggested, and I also went to the same place that you recommended, and the people there were so nice, and I love the atmosphere. I've never tried this before, and it looks and it smells so good. I'm also going to be responding to some comments while we eat, but before I do that, let me just read a description of what we're eating, because I'm probably not even saying it correctly. Oh, that smells so good. So it's a Turkish dish that consists of sliced doner kebab meat topped with hot tomato sauce over pieces of pita bread and generously slathered with melted special sheep's milk, butter, and yogurt. That sounds delicious. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm working with here. Here she is. This looks so good. I'm so excited. This reminds me of a dish called feta. It's an Egyptian dish. We do the same thing. It's like a layer of pita bread and then white rice on top and then lamb and then red sauce. So this is very similar. It's giving me like similar vibes, but like without the rice. But anyways, enough talking. Let's just try it. Oh my God. That is amazing. That is so good. And the pita bread at the bottom tastes exactly like how the pita bread of feta would taste in like the Egyptian dish. That's so good. I love how the Middle East has not the same food, but like we're all like cousins in that sense, you know? That's so cool. Because I really don't know anything about Turkish culture. All I know is that my mom really likes Turkish names. And so me and my sisters all have Turkish names. It's just so cool how the Middle East, like all the food is kind of the same. Well, not the same, but you know what I mean. Like they're all like very similar. This is so good. Thought it was gonna be a little spicy, but there's no spice to it at all. Let me try this pepper. That is so good. That bread at the bottom is so nostalgic. Wow. I'm definitely open to trying Turkish food again sometime. Please recommend like what dish I should try next. But Alright, so I'm going to be responding to some of your guys' comments. I love talking with you guys. It's so fun. Oh, I think I actually already know the first comment I want to talk about. Oh my gosh. So I had a meme in my latest video, and someone commented on the meme, and me and Daniel busted out laughing. It was so freaking funny. And somebody said, my favorite thing, rolling whale races. Oh my gosh, that's so freaking funny. I've never thought of trucks like that. Rolling whales. Oh my God. We are whales, and like the cars are like minnows. I've never thought of trucks like that. Also, I apologize. It's getting really hot in here. I want to turn the air up, but I'm worried if I do, you guys won't be able to hear me, so I'm just going to take my sweater off. Yeah, it's actually really hot today, but sweaters are like my comfort choice of clothes. I like sweaters because they're just like really comfortable, but anyways, it's too hot for that, especially with the air off. I just wanted you guys to like be able to hear me. I need to buy a mic or something, but anyways, that comment made my day. That's so freaking funny. Okay, let's read some other comments. Someone asks, do I ever go to any New York City stores? Not me. Not me. So I actually work night shift just so that I don't have to go to New York City. But a lot of our day shift drivers, they do go into New York City and they drive like the liftgate trailers. I don't do any of that. One thing I do want to say is that when it comes to my job, I realize I have like one of the easiest kinds of CDL jobs. I don't do liftgate. I know I don't unload. I drive an automatic. I don't drive a manual. I know I have it easy compared to what's out there. When people sometimes on TikTok say, oh, I'm not a real trucker, you know what? Go ahead, call me not a real trucker. That's fine. Because I know that my job is like easy. It's drop and hook. It's no touch freight. Like, I get it. I'm doing the stuff on easy mode. But can you blame me? So yeah, I don't go into New York City. I already hate going into Philly enough. I do like going upstate New York. Those are some of my favorite runs. I wish I got more upstate New York more often. But yeah, I do not do New York City. Oh, this is a cute comment. Someone said, whenever they see me and Daniel fuel, they picture like the Zoolander scene where they spray gasoline all over each other. I don't think that's weird. I think it's funny. Someone is interviewing for a job. Congratulations. I hope you get it. I personally liked doing the Aldi account. I don't think you have to load your trailer anymore. I think now you're just unloading, which is great. They're asking, how do I deal with the driver facing camera? So the camera doesn't go off unless it's triggered by something. So as long as you kind of follow like the standards and stuff, you shouldn't worry about it. I do know that it's not something that many drivers like to deal with. You should be fine just as long as you follow their safety rules. Things that can trigger the camera would be like following more than 3 seconds, hard braking, and yes, that includes that like lights. Like if a light turns red and you hard brake, the camera will go off. But like as long as you're not doing anything wrong, you should be okay. Just make sure you're not touching anything. If you see the camera be triggered, make sure you have both hands on the wheel. Make sure you weren't touching your phone. Those are all like things that they look for when the camera goes off. So I'd say you're gonna be fine, just as long as you know you're just being cautious. It shouldn't be an issue. I wish I had more of the peppers. I love seeing comments like this. People talk about like, oh, that's like my ShopRite, or oh, I used to work there, oh, that's down the street. It really warms my heart. Like, it's such a small world after all, isn't it? I got comments like that from time to time. It's like, oh yeah, I delivered to your local grocery store. That's cool. So, spoiler coming up. If you watched my last video, you'll see that I forgot to take my 30, and somebody commented that they thought as long as I was within 150-mile radius, I don't have to run my electric logbook. So, here's the thing. The reason why our account doesn't go by that rule is for a couple reasons. It's because some of our stores are more than 150 miles. And then also sometimes it takes longer than 12 hours. It's possible to have like a 13-hour shift or something like that. So just because we don't know what we're doing every day, it's random. So I can go in and get a store over 150 miles, or I can go in for the day and end up having like a 13-hour day. Every day is different. Some days my runs do fit in that requirement that you're talking about, where I wouldn't have to run an electric logbook. But because every day is different, and because we don't know what we're getting, we just always run the electric logbook because we just don't know what we're gonna get. So there are a couple stores that are, you know, over 150 miles, so that's why we have to run the logbook. It would be cool though if we knew, like, before we started our shift, if we weren't going to be going, you know, farther than 150 miles, then we just, like, didn't have to do the logbook. But again, we also don't know how long our shift is gonna be, so, you know, it's just, to play it safe, our account just uses the logbooks. I was just down the street from you at 405 Nestle Way, live loading for about 3 hours plus. Dang. I go to 405 Nestle Way to do our water pickups, and fortunately we don't do like live loads or live unloads or anything like that. We just drop and hook. But I remember when I was over the road, I think the longest we ever stayed somewhere being loaded was 8 hours, I believe. They kept having like technical difficulties inside the warehouse, so that's the longest I've ever had to wait being loaded. But 3+ hours is also a very long time. But like 8 hours is also not practical. Like, that wasn't normal. Some crap was going on inside that warehouse that day. So when I was doing over the road, I was driving a reefer, so it was mostly like Americolds and stuff like that. I find it funny how Walmart's standards for hiring you as a driver are so high, but yet I delivered for Walmart through CR England. But when I had only like a month experience, I was going to Walmart's and their warehouses and everything. So they won't hire their own drivers with little to no experience, but when they're customers of other companies, like, it doesn't matter all of a sudden who's driving their stuff. I think that's kind of funny. Someone said, imagine running out of time coming through the Bronx and you need to be in Long Island. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd be freaking out. I would be freaking out. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to try a Long Island run. I really do want to try. I've never done Long Island. I've only done like upstate. But I've been through the George Washington Bridge a few times, and I honestly don't think it's that bad. Then again, I've never gone there like peak traffic, so what do I know? I'm turning the air up because I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm getting like really sweaty. That 2-finger spin on your landing gear crank is dangerous. I know, it's a bad habit. I'm so sorry. I have a lot of bad habits. That's one of them. But if it makes you feel any better, I've only hit myself in the face with landing gear only one time. So, like, in all my 4 years of driving and hooking up to all the trailers that I ever have, I've only hit myself in the face one time. So I know it doesn't make it any better. I should really not do that. Also, I apologize for how sweaty I'm getting. I'm gonna turn the truck on now. It's just like way too warm to not have the truck on. So 1 second. Did I just say truck? I meant car. Oh my god. This is so good. And this has a little kick to it. Daniel's actually sleeping right now because he has to go to work later. But I'm definitely going to have him try some of this. I know he's going to love it. Well guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am getting pretty full. I think I dented it quite a bit and it was delicious. But let's see if I could find at least one more comment to respond to. Okay, last comment I'm gonna answer to. So they're talking about how a car just like used the shoulder and like got in front of me. And they said four-wheelers will never understand how violated a truck driver feels when that happens. It's similar to never walking up behind a horse and scaring it unless you want to get kicked. I absolutely agree. I hate when that happens. Even when I'm always checking my mirrors, just like watching out for stuff like that, they still sometimes catch me off guard. Sometimes I can just see it. I don't know what it is, but it's like a car's body language. I don't know how else to put it, but sometimes I can just tell when a car is going to be stupid. I don't know what it is, and I can like see them from a mile away. Like, oh, okay, that guy's going to do something dumb, and I'm usually right. But even when I have my eye out, I swear sometimes it just comes out of nowhere and you still don't notice it. I know that most people wouldn't do that if it was like another line of cars, but instead you see a truck and you think, oh, I'm gonna pass him. Rude. We keep America running and this is how you four-wheelers treat us? It's just rude. Where were you going? On your way to the grocery store to probably buy something that a truck delivered? Rude. I need to stop. I'm getting really full. Daniel's gonna love this. Thank you so much for recommending Turkish food. It's so good. Alright guys, thank you so much once again for 6K. That's the end of today's video. I have to go pick up my daughter from school now. But again, thank you so much. I can finally turn the air on. Woo! I promise I will invest in some kind of mic so that you guys can hear me next time. And then maybe I won't have to take my sweater off. And I could just have the air running. Again, can't thank everyone enough. Thank you so much for 6K. Please leave a comment down below of what you think I should get next. Perfect timing. Someone pulled up to park next to me and I'm out. But anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for everything. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!